Hello everyone, you're welcome to today's tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing us how you can use your 5-thread overlocking machine as a 3-thread overlocking machine. Yes, if you have a 5-thread and you're thinking of getting a 3-thread, there's no need for that. So I'm going to be explaining to you how you can use your 5-thread to also serve the purpose of a 3-thread. Alright, before we start, if you're ready to subscribe to our YouTube channel, kindly click the subscribe button, like, share, and comment. So let's get started. Now, this is a 5-thread. Don't forget that I've done a tutorial on that. So if you're here to watch the tutorial on how to thread it and how to operate it, so if you're here to watch it, you can check on our YouTube channel, or I'll probably drop the link at the description box for you to check the video. So I'm going to run it now so that I'm able to show you the difference between the 5-thread and the 3-thread. And also, somebody asked for the difference between 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to be explaining the 3 machines to you in this video. So let me run it as 5-thread now. So the 5 threads are passed now. I'm going to run it now and later run the 3-thread. So this is how 5-thread runs. No, it has an extra sewing, so it sews and at the same time weaves the cloth. So the essence of this is that when you are working with 5-thread, is sewing it and at the same time is weaving it, so there is no extra allowance. In the case where you want to use 5-thread, make sure your measurements are accurate. It's usually used for ready-made, or most of your ready-made that you see. So it sews and it weaves. When you use 5-thread, no allowance is added. No allowance is added. I repeat, no allowance is added, because it will trim off all other excesses. Now, want to use this as 3-thread now. 3 threads, what we usually do is, probably after sewing your clothes, just like this straight sewing that I run on this thing now, you want it to have allowance of like 1 inch, 1.5 inch, in case some of you maybe after adding weight, you like to loosen it and just to make the clothes this sizable, or probably after sewing for your customer is issue of is too tight, is this, you want to loosen it, so you can just sew your clothes with straight sewing and now finish it up with your 3-thread. So if you don't have 3-thread machine and you have 5-thread, don't worry, I'll show you what to do now. Number one thing you do is to just remove the 5th thread. That's the one that comes from the back, and the 1st needle. So you can just see me cutting it up like this. Cut up the 5th thread and I'm going to cut up the 1st needle. So we'll be left with the 2 looper threads and the 2nd needle. Let me repeat myself. You want to use the 5-thread as a 3-thread machine. 3-thread is for you to finish up your sewing after you have sewn with a straight sewing machine. You don't want to do 5 threads so that you have allowance in case there's any issue with your client. Maybe it's too tight and you have to loosen it up for adjustment, or even your own case, you might add weight and you want to just adjust your clothes later. If you use 5-thread, there's no room for that, because it trims off all other excesses. So if you want to use as 3-thread, you can just sew your straight sewing like what I did now, and use your 5-thread as 3-thread. So all you do is remove the 5th thread, the one that came from the back, and remove the 1st needle. Remove the 1st needle, which is what I'm doing now. Remove the 1st needle, so you're only working with the 2nd needle and you're only working with the 2nd needle, so, and the 2 looper threads. So invariably you're working with the first 3 threads from this side, the 2 looper and the 2nd needle. So I'm going to remove the 5th one now. This I just remove this now because I want to use it as 3 threads. Now that we have removed the fifth thread and the first needle, so we have 3 thread left. That's the 2 loop thread and the second needle. And I've assumed that I've sewn my straight sewing. I've done the straight sewing now, so I want to finish it up with the 3 threads so that the edges will be neat. And now let me assume I just want to have like 1 inch or 1.5 inches allowance. So I'll just make it here. And here, this is what you have as your 3 thread. Can you see the difference between the two now? If you use 5 thread, this is the sewing, this is the weaving. The weaving you have here now is this. So the remaining 2 threads is what you have here. Can you see the back? So this is what you will just removed, and we have 3 threads left. Using 5 thread does not give room for allowance. But when you want to use 3 thread, automatically you must have sewn your clothes with straight sewing, and now you can see the allowance that we have. So if if you have issue with your clients and clients complain about that the cloth is too tight, you can just remove this thing and probably shift it to this place, or probably your own personal clothes you've added weight and you feel like you still want to use the clothes, you can loosen it up and adjust it accordingly. That is the essence of having 3 threads. So if you have 5 threads, there's no need for you buying 3 thread machine. You can use it for both 5 thread and 3 threads. Now to explain the question that the person asks now you can see now this is 3 threads, this is 5 thread, and this is 4 thread. So to answer the question of the person that asks the difference between the 3, 4 thread is used majorly for polo sewing. Polo, your t-shirt, that's what we use 4 thread for. But 5 thread is for ready-made or uniform. In the case where you want to sew without considering any future adjustment, because it sews and at the same time weaves and does not give room for any allowance to allow adjustment later on. But 3 threads, what you do is you sew with your straight sewing and you finish up with the 3 threads after you disengage the 5th thread and the first needle. So it remains 3 threads. So you finish it up to make the edges neat and to give room for adjustments in case there's any in the nearest future. That is the essence of this. But if you are using 5 thread, your measurement must be accurate. There's no adjustment. You trim off all the other excesses. 3 threads, you sew with straight sewing, and afterwards you finish up with your 3 threads in case you need to adjust later. Thank you so much. If you have watched this video up to this point, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you in the next tutorial.